car costs only $400. You can get a full course meal for around $1, and a decent suit is only around $10. On top of that, you make $200,000 in 1 year. Are you dreaming? No, you're Harold Grange playing football in the 1920s. My own experience playing football at the University of Illinois led me to look into the history of the football program and the key figures who made a significant impact on the record books. This interest allowed me to discover Grange, and I have been amazed by his astounding accomplishments in the game of football ever since. Today, I would like to share with you about the life of Grange and his football career during his life in Wheaton at the University of Illinois and in the National Football League. I'll begin with Grange's early life. Grange grew up most of his young life in Wheaton, Illinois. However, his life actually began in Forksville, Pennsylvania. According to Lars Anderson in his 2009 biography of Grange titled The First Star, Forksville is a tiny town of about 190 people. In this town, Grange's father, Lyle, was a well-known lumberjack and had a reputation of being the toughest guy in town. Unfortunately, when Grange was at the young age of 5, his mother unexpectedly passed away, so his father, Lyle, moved he and his siblings to Wheaton, Illinois. According to Lars Anderson, Grange's friends quickly began calling him Red because of the color of his hair. Grange was an athlete all growing up, and once he reached high school, he truly shined as a great athlete. He earned a letter in football, basketball, baseball, and track each of his 4 years in high school, which accumulated to a total of 16 varsity letters. His freshman year of football, Grange played right end. The coach actually asked Grange what position he wanted to play before the season started. Knowing that right end was the only available varsity position, Grange said that was the position he played, although he had never played it before. So needless to say, he didn't touch the ball a heck of a lot at right end, but he did score his first touchdown his freshman year when a kickoff landed to him at the 25-yard line, and he returned it all the way for the touchdown. So immediately beginning his sophomore year, he started playing right halfback. During the offseason, Red worked as an iceman, which helped develop his strength for football. In his 1953 autobiography, The Red Grange Story, as told by Ira Morton, Red Grange says that he got this job when a guy named Luke Thompson asked him to lift a 75-pound block of ice up onto his shoulder as a joke. To his surprise, Grange was actually able to do it, so he offered him that job. Whether or not this helped Grange play football, he had an unbelievable high school football career. Lars Anderson said that Grange ended his high school career with state records in total touchdowns with 75 and total points with 532. After high school, Grange was able to attend college at the University of Illinois. Here, he had a legendary college football career. The funny thing is that initially he had no intention of playing college football whatsoever. It was only because of the urging of his fraternity, Zeta Psi, that Red even went to the freshman tryouts. Grange said in his autobiography that he walked away on the first day without even putting on a uniform because he thought he was too small. Fortunately, he did decide to go back again by the urging of his fraternity brothers, and quickly realized that although small, he was the fastest, if not the fastest, on the field. Red made the freshman team and was immediately named the first-string right halfback beginning his sophomore year of college. Quickly, Red became a nationwide legend on the football field, but his most memorable performance came against Michigan on October 18, 1924 in Champaign, Illinois. It was on this day that the Fighting Illini named their stadium Memorial Stadium in honor of those Illinoisans who lost their lives during World War I, a name that remains to this day. According to the biography of Grange by Lars Anderson, over 67,000 people were in attendance this game, with over 20,000 more who were unable to get in. All were there eagerly awaiting to see Grange, who they'd heard so much about. Fortunately, Grange did not disappoint any of these eagerly awaiting folks. In this game, Red Grange scored 4 touchdowns in just the first 12 minutes of play, the first one coming on a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Grange says in his autobiography that by the end of the game, he accounted for a total of 6 touchdowns and 480 yards in all. Grange's speed was so unbelievable and his moves were so deceptive that many say he moved past defenders like a ghost. Thus, Grantland Rice, a sports writer, gave him the nickname, the Galloping Ghost. With this new famous nickname throughout the country, the Galloping Ghost went on from the University of Illinois to professional football. Against the urging of many people, Grange did continue his football career in the National Football League with the Chicago Bears. In Lars Anderson's biography, Robert Zupke, Red's college coach, said to Grange before he left, "Keep away from professionalism. Football is not a game to play for money." Well, Grange definitely did not heed the words of his coach, but he definitely did not have to worry about a shortage of money either. According to an article printed in the New York Times on December 7, 1925, Grange earned about $82,000 in 11 days, which averages out to about $16,000 per game. Red's involvement in the NFL drew crowds to professional games that had never been seen before. As George Halas, the head coach of the Chicago Bears during the time of Grange, said in his article, The Era of Red Grange in the Saturday Evening Post, published on November 30th, 1937, Red's professional debut against the Chicago Cardinals drew a sellout crowd of 36,000 people, which was unheard of for the professional league. Red Grange made his mark in the NFL, and he was a key figure in the modernization of professional football into what it is today. In his article, Howells went on to say that Grange was to football what Jack Dempsey was to boxing, what Babe Ruth was to baseball, and what Bobby Jones was to golf. Although many people at the time disapproved of the professional league, Grange began to change this view, and he thought of it differently himself, in fact. When talking about the comparison between college football and professional football in the November 3rd, 1932 Saturday Evening Post titled The College Game is Easier, Grange himself said that the professional football was much harder and more challenging than any college football game he had ever played up to that point, which was contrary to the popular belief throughout the country. In closing, it's difficult to imagine what the NFL would be today if it had not been for Grange's impact on its popularity. From his humble beginnings in Wheaton, Illinois, to his fame at the University of Illinois, onto his wealth with the Chicago Bears in the National Football League, Grange made a name for himself that will forever be remembered in the world of football. Grange's U of I coach, Bob Zucke, said, "Victory in football is 40% ability, 60% spirit." Red Grange had more than enough of both ability and spirit, and he will forever go down in history as the Galloping Ghost. Thank you.